All right, welcome everybody. My name is Dr. JJ Levine. I'm the president of Essante Organics. I'm so thankful that each and every one of you are here. As you can see, you're looking at the Essante Organics website right now, and today is the back office training. So when you look at your website, it's going to look very similar to what you see here. We just happen to be on Johnny Test's website. So just a fictitious website that we made up. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see your name. In this case, it's Johnny Test. You can obviously add your picture here and your ID number. So if you ever forget your ID number, well, just go to your website. You'll see it in the upper left-hand corner. And of course, your guests will see your name there as well. I'm going to copy this ID number and I'm going to log in. To log into your back office, you're going to click this truck icon. That's my office. So we're going to click that. We're going to paste it. And then I'm going to put the password in and we're going to get started. This is how you get into your back office. And obviously this is available to you 24/7. Now, when you come into your back office, the first thing you're going to see once in a while, we don't overwhelm you, but we send a message once in a while. And right now we've got a great incentive. It's a 5-night cruise, airfare for 2. Once you've read one of these messages, you can just click dismiss this message and that message will go away. So now you're in your back office. When you're in your back office, you will see your name. Welcome, in this case, Johnny. We're in Johnny Test back office. And from left to right, and this is very important, in black writing, you're going to see home stats, profile, shop orders, team, money, tools and training, and log out. Now, what I'd like each and every one of you to do, if you're watching this live or on the recording, the best way to learn this back office is to go to every one of these drop-down menus and click on it. And we're on my stats page right now, by the way. And I'd like you to take the time, even if it's this weekend or a day or two, go through each and every one of these drop-down menus and explore. You're not going to break anything on the website. And what you're going to find as you go through this is if you're the most seasoned professional in the home-based business industry, any tool that you could have ever dreamed of is going to be here in your back office. So all these tools are here for you. We're going to go through most of these today. But right now we're on this first page. This is the My Stats page. And when you go here, you're going to be able to see some things here in these rectangles. And these are just nice charts. This is like the dashboard of your car, okay? Obviously, in Johnny Test's case, this is a fictitious person, so they're not earning any money or anything like that. But in yours, hopefully you are. And if you're not, I'm glad you're here because this will help you start earning money. Okay, so as you'll see when you're in the back office, you will see that oftentimes we have it made very easy for you. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this. And we also offer video tutorials. So we make it super easy for you. But of course, if after seeing the videos and step 1, step 2, step 3, if you have any questions, anybody here at corporate, we're excited to help you. Okay. As you come onto the line, please remember to mute your line. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so your daily stats, you're going to see how many people are on your left team, right team. This is really self-explanatory. Again, this is like the dashboard of your car. Now, at the very, very bottom, you're going to see Johnny Test's name. Again, this is Johnny Test's website. This tool we've created specially for everybody that's in the company. The reason why we've spent money and time to design this tool is if you're using your holding tank, you can do one of two things. You can have the computer decide where to place your new people, or you can use your holding tank. If you're serious about this business, I always recommend using the holding tank. But the only caveat to that is, as it says right here, if you have anybody in your holding tank or anybody in your team has anyone in their holding tank, they're going to want, and you're going to want to take them out of their holding or your holding tank and place them in your genealogy before midnight Central Time Thursday. Our commission week ends every Thursday, midnight Central Standard Time. So we have this tool at the bottom here where you'll not only see your name and see if you have anybody in your holding tank, but equally, if not more important, you'll see anybody in your downline. If they've got anybody in their holding tank, it'll be listed here. And what I recommend is to have a recurring calendar event on your cell phone, let's say every Thursday, in the morning time, maybe midday, that says, hey, check your holding tank and check your team's holding tank. And if you've got anybody on your team that has anybody in their holding tank, here's my suggestion. Reach out to that person, give them a call, congratulate them that they've got somebody in their holding tank, but then offer your support. Say, hey, this is Johnny Test. I see that you've got so-and-so in your holding tank. Congratulations. If you'd like, why don't we do a quick three-way call with them where you can introduce me to them to me. And then this way they know that I'm here to support them as well as you. And they'll feel really welcome. And that's obviously a gentle reminder to remind them to take them out of their holding tank. So that's the first page. That's my stats. Then we go over to profile. This is the place where you can change anything. So if you change your name, you want to add your middle name. Again, we've got a video tutorial here. If you want to add your picture, we show you how to shrink your picture down to fit it so that when people go to your website, they see your picture. If you need to change your password, you can do it here. In fact, if you look from left to right here, and I've got my screen real large so everybody can see here now, but you're going to see name, photo, all this stuff that you can change, but you can also change your shipping and billing address here. You can change your phone and email here, your website name. So your website might be AssanteOrganics.com/ whatever it is. In this case, it's / Johnny Test. If you wanted to change your actual website, if it's available, you can change your website. But if you do that, remember, whatever your website was before won't work anymore. So I tell people when they first enroll, you still have a couple of days, before you start sharing your website with other people. If you want to change it, you can go ahead and change it. No harm, no foul. But obviously, if you start printing business cards and whatnot with your website on there, you don't want to change it then. So there you go. If you want to sign up for our emails from corporate, definitely do that. You're going to want to do that. So that's where you're going to go, profile, and that's account and web display. Now, the second thing that's on there in the dropdown is very important. That's holding tank or place. Again, we give you real simple directions on how to use your holding tank. However, here's what I want to talk about. You can decide and you can toggle this at any time. You're not married to it. So right now, Johnny Test is using his holding tank. And so when somebody goes to the holding tank, Johnny has to remember, as we talked about before, to take the person out of their holding tank before Thursday midnight and Central Time and place them. If you got somebody on your team that's, real busy, or you think they're going to forget to do it, or they think they're going to forget to do it, well, no problem. Let them use the auto placement option. So they're just going to put their ID number in. It's always going to be option number 1, and they can choose outside left leg, outside right leg, or if they're new in the company and they're putting some on their left and some on their right, they can just choose the pay team, and the computer will automatically place that person whichever leg is less. I prefer the holding tank because then you've got more control. So for example, if you sign up your son, let's say, and you put your son on the left leg, and then you sign up your daughter and you put your daughter on the right leg, who's going to sign up Uncle Joe, right? So I don't like to create competition. I like to create camaraderie. I recommend this, and this is your business. You can do whatever you want. I recommend keeping like people on the same leg. All the family members on one leg so they work together. If you go to church, all the church members on one leg or something like that. But again, this is your business. If you want to divide people up, you can. Your family dynamics. But here you go. Again, you're not married to this. 24/7, you can change it from holding tank to your to be auto placed. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory, I think, and that takes care of the profile tab. Now we're going to go to shop orders. If you click here, new recurring order, this is how you create a recurring order, okay? I'm going to recommend this. You don't have to be on an auto ship or recurring order in this company, but what I will tell you is this. The auto ship is the lifeblood that keeps these companies not only together, but more importantly, keeps your check to be dependable, to be predictable. So if you want to max out our compensation plan, if you want to be eligible for all 6 ways we pay, if you want to be eligible for all the incentives that we have, like right now we've got all these trips and a cruise and this and that, I'm going to suggest 100 PSV order every 31 days. And I'm going to secondarily recommend that you put that on easy order, auto ship. So if today was the day that you were enrolling, whatever today's date is, 31 days out, that same day, let's say it's the 18th of the month and the 18th of next month, I would have your first auto ship and I'd make it for 100 points. The great news is you've got 24/7 access to your back office, and you can see it says edit existing easy order. That's the second one. You can edit your existing easy order. So if somebody ever says, well, I don't want to be on easy order because I'm going to want different products each month, great. Well, you can change your products 24/7, try to change it at least a day before, it's going to process, but you don't have to be on auto ship. You can just have a 100-point one-time order every 31 days and still be fully qualified, all right? Now, if you're going to do that, I'm going to suggest, since we all have cell phones, that you make a recurring event for the same day of every month to remind you to do a one-time order. Because I promise you, at least 2, 3 people a year will reach out to corporate and they say, hey, I enrolled so-and-so on this date and I never received my $100 enroller bonus. They came in on a $4.99 Go Green Pack, and we look and we say, well, yeah, you did enroll that person, but wait, you haven't had an order in 45 days. Oh, I forgot. So I don't want you to leave a dime on the table. I want you to maximize your earnings. I'm going to recommend a 100-point easy order or recurring order or auto ship, whatever you want to call it, for you and all your team members. Now, we're realists. We know not everybody's going to do that. If somebody wants to be eligible for 5 of the 6 ways we pay and not those extra incentives and the trips and whatnot, they can do 75 points a month. We've got a place for everybody. And we even have a place if you enroll somebody and they barely have 2 nickels to rub together, they can still sign up as a distributor, pay a one-time $29.95. And if they want, they can just replace some of their toxic products with toxic-free products from us, like stop buying their toothpaste from the store and start buying Sparkle. But even if they don't buy any products, if they just do that $29.95 and put their social security number in, they chose option 3, with sweat equity, they can earn just as much money as anybody else. How do they do that? They attract retail customers. And anytime a retail customer goes to their website and orders and reorders, that 30% markup, they're going to get paid that 30% markup, whether they're ordering or not. But it's even better than that. The volume associated with their personally enrolled retail customers counts as their own volume for qualifying for all 6 ways that we pay. So am I saying that technically you can attract enough retail customers who, on a cumulative 31-day basis, are ordering 100 PSV? And am I saying that you technically don't even need to place an order and you're fully qualified? Yes, I'm saying that. But of course, the best piece of advice I can give you is become a product of the product. If you're trying to educate people on toxic-free and organic living, then the last thing you want is toxic toothpaste, toxic shampoo, toxic nutritional products, etc. in your house. Ditch and switch. Take the money that you're already spending online, offline, at the store, out of the store, what have you. Stop buying toxic products and invest it in your business. And also talk to your CPA, your financial people. You buying products here at Essanté Organics, if you're in the business, could be a write-off as well. So if you want to create a new recurring order, that's how you do it right here. If you want to edit an existing order, you do it here. And it's really self-explanatory. If I click this, you'll see step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. We have, exactly what to do. You just kind of read the directions and go along. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your upline or us here at corporate. We're happy to help you. If you want to place a one-time order or orders products that are on sale, we're having a huge sale right now, right? The Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. This is where you can do that. Then you're going to see a tool that's called tracking numbers, orders, mine and my team. Again, very self-explanatory tool. We got a video tutorial for you. I've got some easy step-by-step directions, but here's the directions. You're going to see that the date's automatically going to come up with today's date. If you want to look for an order that you or your retail customers or your wholesale customers or your distributors ordered, you just have to know the date that they ordered it. So let's say it was a week ago. You would change this from 11/18. I would just change it to 11/1/2024. I'd leave today's date as the end date, and then I'd click view these dates. That's it. You'll see all your personal orders listed here. You'll see all your retail customers' orders here, and then you'll see all your wholesale customers and brand partners' orders here. And not only will you see that, you'll be able to see what they ordered. There's clickable links here. You'll be able to see the tracking numbers. You'll see the points. You'll see everything. So again, this back office is the most robust back office I've ever seen in the industry. And the best part is, unlike other companies, we don't charge you money on a monthly basis to have this website. Once you're in, you're in. You've got this for life, this website, and 24/7, even with your cell phone, you can be anywhere in the world and you can monitor and control your business, okay? So that's how you're gonna access that tool, tracking numbers, orders, mine and my teams. Now, I don't wanna confuse you, but as you go to this next category, team, you're going to see that exact same tool here. It's a redundancy. That is an intentional redundancy because we think some people, if they had somebody on their team or they themselves wanted to track their order, they would go to shop orders. I think that's what I would do. But then if somebody on my team, like if I was doing this as a business and said, hey, I want to track my order, they might instinctively go to team. I want you to know that those tools are exactly the same. We've just put them both in those columns, both separate columns, because depending on how a person is thinking, it's a redundancy. Okay, so that's shop orders. And then you've got your website. That'll just take you back to your website. Now let's go to team. Team, the first tool is called the Green Tree Report, My Team Stats. Now, what's interesting about this tool, it's very wide. You see how I'm scrolling all the way to the right? You can see this on a cell phone. However, if you scroll to the right, I'm going to recommend you're using a computer or at least an iPad. But again, you can do this on your phone. Just remember to scroll. You can see anything you want about people on your team here. You can see how many levels they are below you. But remember, we paid unlimited levels. If you personally enrolled them or not, that's what PS stands for, personally sponsored. By the way, on this chart, anytime you see a line like here, or here, or here, or here, or here, these are clickable items. So you click these are actionable. So if I was to click personally sponsored once, twice, three times, or twice really, actually one time, and then, well, let me do it. Go ahead. I'm going to click it once, and then I'm going to click it a second time. Watch what happens. All of Johnny Test's personal enrollments will go to the top. That's what this dot means. Now, obviously, this is just a fake enrollment I made for this test here. Billy, new enrollment, okay? But you can see when their last order was, in Billy's case was 1900. That was a long time ago. I'm going to want to get a call and get them back on toxic-free products. But when they joined, who their enroller is, what their rank is, how much volume they have on their left leg, right leg, and so on and so forth, how many team members they have, what their ID number is. What's the purpose of this tool? The purpose of this tool is any seasoned network marketer will tell you three things to be successful network marketing. Really, when you boil it all down, you want to get them in, meaning you want to enroll people. You want to keep them in. I'm going to recommend they get on an auto ship and they're ordering, become a product of the product every 31 days. But you want to move them along, meaning you want to become a silver factory. You want to help your people become solid silvers as quickly as possible, and then help them become gold, and then ultimately platinum. Well, I'm going to suggest, and any seasoned network marketer or people that are in this business will tell you, you want to call your people on a regular basis, especially when they're brand new. You want to be calling them on the definite regular. Well, you might be thinking, well, what am I going to say to my people? Well, here's what you're going to say to them. Every bit of information you need to know about them is right here, when their last order was. So you can say, hey, Billy, I see that you haven't ordered since 1900. We want to get you active again. And then you're just going to instinctively say, hey, I don't know if you know this, but they've got a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale going on right now. You can save a lot of money. Just things like that. You can see if they've enrolled anybody. You can see everything, what their volume there is. You might be able to wake this guy up. Hey, buddy, you got $95,000 in volume on your left leg. Let's start tapping into your list and let's start helping you build your right leg so you can start getting paid, and so on and so forth. Sometimes these people are so checked out, they don't even realize that. So that's the first tool. It's an amazing tool. It's called Green Tree Report, My Team Stats. The next tool is called My Enrollments, Wholesale Customers and Organic Influencers. So every person you've ever personally enrolled that's a wholesale customer distributor is going to be listed here. You're going to have their email, you're going to have their phone number, their rank, et cetera, et cetera. That's where that's going to be. The next one's going to be very similar to that. It's going to be your retail customers. So any retail customers that you have, it's going to be right there, people that you've enrolled. Next tool that you're going to have there, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, is called the Green Tree. View, search, enroll. I personally would never enroll somebody here, but this is for you to see your genealogy, right? I would never enroll somebody here. I would have somebody actually go to your website. They don't have your login credentials, obviously, and I would have them click join and save. Let them go through the process. And remember, we've got three choices for them. Once they click join and save, the first choice is they can be a retail customer. If they become a retail customer, they're going to pay the wholesale price plus 30%. That's the 30% markup, okay? If they want, and of course, they can't earn commission. They're a retail customer. If they want to save that 30% markup, then they can choose option number 2. They can become a wholesale customer. To become a wholesale customer, it's just a one-time $29.95, not monthly, just one-time $29.95 US dollars. And they're going to save that 30% markup, but still they can't earn commission. If they want to earn commission, they're going to want to choose option 3, to become an affiliate or a distributor or an influencer, whatever you want to call it. They're probably going to choose a $4.99 pack. That's going to give them the most bang for the buck, and it's going to make them a quick silver for 60 days. If they can't afford that, they're going to want to choose one of our $1.99 packs, just one time investment. If they choose the $4.99 pack, they're going to get way more than $500 worth of product. So it's a below wholesale, great value. And as I said, it's going to make them a quick silver before they even enroll anybody for 60 days. If they can't do that, they can do a $1.99 pack. They're going to get way more than $200 worth of product. It's below wholesale. And they're still going to become a quick silver, but instead of for 60 days, they're going to have a 30-day head start, 30 days to find their first 2 people to become a solid silver. If they can't do that, we've even got a $79 pack, which is going to qualify them for the month. And then last but not least, if they can't afford any of that, they can still enroll for $29.95, just like the wholesale customer. The only difference is they're putting their tax ID number in. They're putting their social security number in. And we'd love for them to order products right in there, a la carte. But if they can't afford that, as I said, they can join up just for $29.95 to get in your organization and with sweat equity, start telling people about their website. Okay. If you want to search people on here, you can put their ID number in. You can find out exactly where they are in your organization. If you don't know what their ID number is, maybe you know what their website is. So we already have the EssantéOrganics.com/. You put in this case, will be Johnny Test. You find out where the person is. If you don't know either of those bits of information, you put either their first name or their last name, one or the other, not both. And then you click search. And then the computer will take you right in your genealogy to where they are. The other thing I want to point out is because we only build 2 legs here, this gets really wide. So if you look at this scenario here, you've got 1, 2, 3 people. Well, I can't see below that third person. Well, here's what you do. The last person here is this guy, Brian. If you click on his emoticon or emoji, whatever you want to call it, if you click on that, now Brian's at the top, and then you'll see the next 3 people and so on and so forth. And you can keep on going down. You even have the tool to go to the bottom left or put me at the top or view bottom right, okay? So really, really quickly, you've got a legend down here, really self-explanatory. And again, as I said before, the best way to learn this back office is just explore, go through it, click every single link, and you're gonna see all the tools that are at your disposal 24/7. If you want to email your team, you can do that here. I know most people don't even email anymore. Most people are doing their stuff on social media these days. Holding tank and placement tool. Let's slow it down a little bit here. Again, I've got a nice video tutorial for you. By the way, when you watch my video tutorials, you'll see that I try not to be verbose. My video tutorials are like 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes tops. So real short. But again, if you want to take somebody out of your holding tank, they're going to be listed right here. They'll be listed right here if you've got people in your holding tank. Step 1, you do this. Step 2, you see I'm scrolling to the right, you do this. Step 3, you do that. Very easy. Just reading English, really. At the end of the day, hopefully you'll have a whole list of people here by Thursday in your holding tank. You'll click the first one you want to place, and their ID number will turn blue. You click on their ID number, it'll turn blue, just like the directions say here. You scroll here to step 2, and you find where you want to place them. You know, in this case, I would recommend Johnny Test places them here. Start building your right leg, Johnny. You've got $95,000 in change in bank volume on your left leg. Let's get you active and then start building that right leg so we can start paying you in the binary, right? So you choose the position, and then step 3 is this is going to light up, make it so. You click that, and then it's going to one more time give you a prompt. You sure this is where you want to place them? You click yes, and literally in 30 seconds, you've got them placed. If you have problems with these directions or the video, your upline or anybody here at corporate, we can walk you through it. We can screen share just like we're doing now. We'll show you. It takes 30 seconds or less to place your people. It's super easy. Okay. So that's team, that's holding tank placement tool. And then here's that tool that's redundant from the other column. Tracking numbers, orders, mine and my team. Now, let's talk about money. First thing on here is pay card or bank deposit. For us to pay you, we want you to get a Payoneer account. So when you get to this page, you're going to see a picture of 2 debit cards. They're MasterCard debit cards. When you're ready to get paid, you're going to want to click here, create your Payoneer account. Okay. Please do not go to Payoneer.com and sign up for an account. If you do that, you'll get an account, but it will not be linked to Essante Organics. I'm recommending and actually telling you, if you want it to be connected to Essante Organics, You've got to do this through your back office. So you just basically click here, and when you click there, it's going to take you away from our website. However, there's going to be a cookie. There's going to be a link. And now I'm on Payoneer's site, but Payoneer is going to know that you're part of Essanté Organics. And you're going to choose if you want a Payoneer card or bank deposit. The Payoneer card is more versatile. It's a MasterCard. It's accepted anywhere in the world that MasterCard is accepted, which is pretty much everywhere. You can pay for goods and services with whatever commission you have on there. You can load more money if you want on there. Because it's a MasterCard, you can go to an ATM machine anywhere in the world that accepts MasterCard, which is most of them. You pull cash out. Also, the card literally says Essanté Organics on it. So it's a conversation piece. If I was to give you my suggestion, if you can, I would just do bank transfer. It's still going to be through Payoneer, and we pay every Monday. And if you've earned money on a Monday, and hopefully, you're rocking this thing, you're getting paid every Monday morning, unless it's a holiday in America, if it's like Labor Day or Memorial Day, with the exception of those, Monday holidays, you'll get an email from Payoneer say, hey, congratulations, Essanté paid you, blah, blah, blah. And depending on the speed of your financial institution, later on that afternoon, maybe 2, 3, 4 o'clock, again, depending on the speed of your financial institution, your money will be there in the bank account that you chose. I also like the bank account option because, as we all know, debit cards and credit cards have an expiration date. And if you forget or it gets lost in the mail to get a new one, and then you're waiting like a 2-week transition period to get a new card or whatever, it's a hassle. If you're a person like me that you set up your bank account and you never really change it, I think bank accounts really the way to go. Okay, so that's your Payoneer account. Again, please do it right here. Click on it. When you do click on this, here's what I'm going to suggest. It'll take you maybe 3 minutes to fill out the Payoneer application. And the email that you use on the application, whatever that email is, I'm going to recommend that you check your inbox as well as your spam box for the next week or two. If Payoneer is going to need any more information to get you approved for a Payoneer account, they're going to contact you through that email address that you provided. They're basically a global financial institution, so they've got to, dot their I's, cross their T's, make sure nobody's doing anything crazy or money laundering, which I know none of you are. But they might ask you something like, hey, send a clear picture of your driver's license or a picture of your last utility bill so we can prove you live where you live, et cetera, et cetera. It's very rare that happens, but if it does, that email will show up in your inbox, but also check your spam box for anything from Payoneer just in case. Once you get an email from them, if it is in your spam box, make sure they're approved moving forward. And once you send them whatever they need in that email, you get approved, it's done. You're all set. You'll be getting paid. So that's great. So that's money, pay card or bank deposit. Then we've got a daily volume tracker. Again, I've got simple 1, 2, 3, 4 directions. I've got a key here. You're going to see that this is preset to 2 days. And you can see all the volume on your left leg. And if Johnny had any volume on his right leg, you would see the volume on the right leg. Doesn't have it. So if you want to see just 2 days of volume, you can. You can change that to 1 day. You can change that to 200 days. You can change that to 2,000. It doesn't even have to have the number 2 in it. It could be 353 days. However many days of volume you want to see, you put that number in, click view now, and then you can just go down and see what order number, who ordered it, what they ordered, et cetera, et cetera. Real simple, great tool. That's daily volume tracker. Now, the next one is one that I believe most of you who are serious, and you're watching this either live or the replay, so I know you're serious, you're going to be going here every week. Weekly commission and volume. When you click this tool, again, I've got a video tutorial. I give you some directions here. I share that when you get paid, you're getting paid for the work you and your team did 2.5 weeks ago. So if you just enrolled today and you went out and you enrolled a couple people today and some people more this week, awesome. You're going to get your first paycheck 2.5 weeks from now. The great news is if you're a go-getter and you're starting to get paid every week, you're eventually going to be on cycle. You're getting paid every week. But just pointing that out. Okay, it's right there. And then I list how to qualify for commissions here. If you're 0 points, meaning you haven't placed an order at all, you're still eligible for retail sales. I said that earlier today, that 30% markup. If you've done 40 points in the past 31 days, 40-point order, you're going to get 1.5. You're eligible for 1.5 of the bonuses. The full retail sales, like you did above here, and half of the binary. So instead of 10% of the binary, you can get 5% of the binary, or what we call the endless team bonus. If you do 75 points, you're going to get 5 of the 6 bonuses. It excludes the expansion race. And if you want to be eligible for the expansion race and all the extra goodies that we have, the incentives, like right now we've got, if you're on a 100-point auto ship for 3 months in a row, you're going to get a 50% coupon. We've never done that before. You're going to want to do a 100-point order every 31 days. And then listed down here are going to be week after week, all your commissions. You'll be able to click on things that are lit up and it'll open up a new window. I can't click on anything here. This is just a fake website. But you'll be able to click on here and it'll open up any week you want to look, and you'll be able to see, okay, I got paid, let's say $1,000 this week. Okay. Of that $1,000, this is from all the enroller bonuses that I had that week. And here, this is, the bonuses from retail sales. And this is from the binary, the endless team bonus, and so on and so forth. So that's all right there. That's money. And that is the weekly commission and volume. You're probably going to be there at least once a week, looking there every week, especially as you start earning money. That's fun. Then if you ever want to look at your archived commissions or your earnings history, those are those 2 tools. So, you're in the business, you're in Essante for 2-3 years, whatever, and say, hey, how much did I earn, back on that date? You'll be able to see that here. Obviously, if I click on these now, there's nothing there. This Johnny Test never has earned anything. So that's money, archive commissions, and earning history. Next is tools/training. As I recommended, I'd like each and every one of you to click on every one of these on your own and explore. You're not going to break anything on the website. If you do have any questions after exploring, write them down. We're going to answer them for you. But I definitely want you to click this onboarding. Okay. Check it out. You're brand new. When your people are brand new, click this onboarding. Compensation plan. If you want to learn the compensation plan, we've got videos out there, but if you click on it, this is going to bring you real easy. Here's something for you to view and print. So you print this out. Here's a video for you to watch on our compensation plan. And here's the Express Start Gold bonus. This is one of the 6 ways we pay. It's an extra $500, but you've got to hit some milestones in your first 30, 60, and 90 days. In reality, it's really your first 93 days. So when you enroll somebody, one of the first things you're going to want to make sure they do is print this out, because you don't want them to miss out on this extra $500. It's not for everybody, but it's an extra $500. And the great news is I get questions once in a while. Well, when you print this out, I see that you've got to fill it out and then send it into corporate after the 93rd day. Don't send it to us unless it's completely filled out. You're only going to get the $500 if it's 100% complete. Not everybody's going to complete it. But the reason why we have you put pen to paper or pencil to paper, and the reason why we're not doing this digitally, that kinesthetic exercise is showing you how to build a great business, build a solid foundation, keeping your money on your business, really keeping your eyes on the prize, keeping your eyes on the people you enroll and who they enroll, and making sure that they're not leaving any money on the table. And once you go through that exercise, after that 93 days, if you've done it, even if you didn't earn the $500, even if you fell a little bit short, I promise you it'll be worth the exercise, because you're going to be that much better of a leader to help train your team. So that's under tools, training, compensation plan. Here's Share Tool. I love this, my web links. We live in a digital age. People have Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, LinkedIn. People text, people email, people do all this. Well, this is a tool that you can share any one of your products, any one of our products individually, instead of sharing your entire website. Again, I've got a video here for you. I've got a couple of directions for you right here and here. So please check these directions out. Please look at the short video, but suffice it to say, here's how it goes. We've got all these different categories, my homepage, careers, join and save. We've even got an on sale now section. I was talking about the sales that we have, Cyber Monday, Black Friday. So if you click the plus mark all the way to the right of any of these columns, watch what happens. Wow, on sale now. If you're logged in on your computer, when you're back here, you can share the on sale now to your Facebook page right now, or your Twitter, X, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest. You want to send somebody an email. You want to send somebody a text message. You'll click this. Or if you click that chain, you're just going to copy it, click to copy. So you can copy and put it in any platform. So if you want to share the sale, if you clicked one of these and shared it on your social media or your text messages or whatever, it's not going to take them to EssantéOrganics.com. It's going to take them to EssantéOrganics.com/your website, but specifically the on sale now section. It's not going to take them to the front page of your website. It's going to take them right to the on sale now section. And they're going to have the ability to purchase those sale products at retail, at wholesale, or even become a distributor. Okay, that's that. We've got a top seller section, a his and her beauty section, supplement section. So watch what happens when I click the supplement section, the plus mark. Every one of our supplements are here. So let's say you're building face-to-face with people. I think belly-to-belly, face-to-face is awesome. But if you're also building online, which I also recommend, let's say you wanted to do a YouTube video on Super Reds. Well, in your YouTube video description, share your link. And the great news is, as you're talking about that video, and I recommend keeping videos short and sweet. I think, and that's just me. We live in an ADHD society. So if you're talking about Super Reds, you talk about some of the key points of the product. And I'll show you what to say here in just a bit. I would talk about your own personal experience, right? People love personal testimonials and stories. And then share your link on the bottom. 2-3 minute video, real easy. And I'm going to recommend, you don't have to, but I'm going to recommend that each and every one of you get your own YouTube channel. Start making videos daily. And the great news is, once you've created that video on your cell phone, it's a passive marketing tool for you. It's out there in YouTube. That YouTube link is yours forever. So you can share that link over and over again. People can find it in a year or 2 or 3 or whatever in the future. And you could have somebody ordering years from now from a video that you made today. And here's the best part. You not only can share that video on YouTube, you've already done the work once. We think like network marketers. Take that work, that video that you made, and why don't you share that same exact video on Facebook? Share it on your Twitter page, et cetera, et cetera. So you can share it in multiple places. If you're texting with somebody and you think Super Reds would benefit them, boy, you can text them your link for your video. Now, what to say? I'm going to make this so easy for you. Watch what happens when I go to shop orders and I go to new one-time order. When you go to new one-time order, this is going to look like the front part of your website, except you're still logged in. How do I know you're logged in? Because 1, it's green here, and 2, it says welcome Johnny. Okay, so if somebody came to your website, they obviously aren't going to be logged in. It wouldn't say welcome Johnny. It would have your name up here and your ID number. Okay, but this is just like the front end of your website. But let's just hypothetically say, since we were just talking about Super Reds, let me go to that section. I'm going to go to the supplement section. And I'm going to go down to Super Reds. Okay, right here. When you see our shopping cart, you see all the products listed. You see the pictures. You can add it to the cart. You can change the number of how much you want to order. But if you click on a picture of any of our products, it will take you to the deep dive section of your website. So watch, I'm going to click on the Super Reds since apropos, we were just talking about it. It'll show the retail price that's crossed out. It's going to show you the price you're going to pay, the wholesale price. But here's what you say on your video. You can literally set up your camera, your cell phone on like a little stand, right? Above your computer. And you can just start talking about Super Reds. Hey, Super Reds is this product I've been taking. It's amazing. With each scoop, it's going to give you 5.5 pounds of organic whole fruit nutrition. Organic. It's alkaline, pH balance. It's got a high ORAC. You see what I'm saying? I've got all the information here for you. Our team has put it all here. We've got a video presentation for you. Any research on products, we've got it back here. That's what the deep dive section does. The point is, since we've got almost 100 products, that's 100 video ideas for you right there. 100 video ideas where all you have to do is read. You don't have to read this, but if you don't know what to say, it's all right there, plus with your testimonial. So really, really cool. Okay, so that's tools training, my web link. Then you've got presentation, products, and logos. If you want to see the disclaimers on here are going to be the FTC and FDA disclaimers. If you're doing any, marketing, especially videos, I'm going to recommend you look at that and use those. At the end of the day, here's what you have to know. When you're marketing online and offline, we're not promising to treat, cure, mitigate disease. Don't say you're going to cure somebody's disease. Don't do that. Don't promise somebody that they're going to make $1 million if they join your team. Don't promise any type of money or cures or anything like that. You can't do that. But you've got all the disclaimers and logos you can copy and paste if you want to. We've got product images here, high definition product images. You've got the digital catalog here. If you want to digitally scroll through our catalog page by page or share that with people, you can. Here's that web link tool that I just used. It's redundant. It's here. Here's one that's popular. I know there's somebody on the call right now that was asking about this the other day. All of our organic certifications, all of our certifications are right here. So you can go in here and you can share this with people if they want to see those things. You've also got a video presentation that you can share with people 24/7, an audio presentation that you can share with people 24/7, a webinar and slides. So if you're not a presenter and you want to share already done videos, audios, or webinars, we've got it done for you right here. You just have to copy, paste, text it to somebody. Say, hey, when can you watch this? It'll take you 10 minutes or it'll take 20 minutes, however long the presentation is, right? But I will share with you, I've been in this industry as a distributor for many years and now on the corporate side of things. The people who are in the most money are the ones who are in the front of the room, the ones who are presenting. So even if you're uncomfortable about presenting, I'm going to invite you to start presenting. If you're scared of the dark, start going into dark rooms. You'll get over it. You're not going to be great out of the gate if you're not a good presenter, but that's okay. You'll get better each time you do it. But we've got the slides here for you. And the great news is you can save these to your computer, your cell phone, and it's just reading. That's all it is. You go slide by slide, you just read it. And if you can read, you can present. And I think your guests in most cases are going to be really thankful that you're presenting. Okay. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, we've got these resources here for you. And don't forget, every Tuesday and Thursday, we're doing a Zoom call. On Tuesdays, we do a Zoom call for brand new people. They can come. It's an opportunity presentation. And then on Thursday, we have Dr. Becky's call. We have like the medical call. We have the product call, where also a new person can come. So again, you can save these to your phone, save these to your computers, so on and so forth. Great tools right at your fingertips. And a lot of people didn't even know they had this back here. You might be on this call right now, live or recording. You might say, wow, that's where that was. You're going to know where everything is by, again, taking my advice. When you're done with this presentation, take the time sometime this week and go through every single drop-down menu and see all the tools that are available to you 24/7. You're going to love this back office. Again, it's a very, if not the most robust back office that I've ever seen, and we don't charge you a monthly fee for it. We've got leads that call you with an 800 number. Go through that training. I mean, initially, when you first join, I definitely suggest I know some people laugh at this, but it works. People don't change. Go through your list. Write a list of people you know, people you went to school with, people you work with, people that like organic products, people that want to lose weight, et cetera, et cetera. You're always building your list, and you want to contact everyone you know. And as you contact everyone you know, awesome. You're going to want to get them on one of our opportunity calls or Zooms, or maybe share one of our videos or audios or webinars with them. But when they commit to watching one of those things, you're immediately going to want to have an upline ready to do a 3-way call with them where you can introduce they to your upline and the upline to them. And then this way they know it's not just you doing the business or them doing the business. They've got support. Support is very, very important. I promise you this. When anybody is looking at a home-based business, they're thinking one of two things. I promise you this, is do they want to do the business and can they do the business? Well, with our company, I think most people are going to want to do the business because, first of all, from a product perspective, once somebody's educated that there's toxic ingredients in the products that they've been using every day, not only in themselves, but their babies, their family, the people they love most, they're done. They're not going to use those toxic products anymore, especially when they see they have an alternative that's easy to order from 24/7, the Essanté Organics website. But then can they do this? If you're a person who knows all the answers, that's great. We love smart people that know everything about everything. But I'm going to recommend to you what one of my mentors recommended to me. This was a gal when I was in New Skin back in the day. who I would hang on her every word. She was an amazing presenter. And she learned from the best. When she was a young girl, she sat at Mary Kay's knees. She was in Mary Kay back in the day and got the pink Cadillac. And then she became a superstar in New Skin and earned a lot of money. And I talked to her once, and I shared with her. I said, "You're amazing. I mean, you know everything about everything. It must be so easy for you to enroll people." And she said, "You want to know the honest truth? It's harder for me to enroll people because I know so much." She says, "I have to purposely dumb it down because if I answer every question that they throw at me, they're thinking, oh my goodness, I could never know as many answers as that person does." So even though she knows the answer, she has to bite her tongue sometimes. And I've taken her advice and say, "Hey, you know what? That's a great question. You might want to write this down, by the way. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that, but I know somebody that does. Let me get them on the phone right now." That is a golden nugget for you, even though you know the answer. And that's the perfect time to introduce them to your upline or somebody at corporate and whatnot. And then they're thinking in their head, well, wait a second. The person who shared this business with me, they don't know all the answers, and they don't have to know all the answers. They can easily get somebody on the phone. I can get people on the phone to answer questions. See, very, very important. So you're going to go through your list, but eventually you're going to want more leads. So I'm going to recommend looking at this system. We've got some leads written with neuro-linguistic programming, and we teach you how to place those ads. It's not everything, but it's something. And at the end of the day, building a network marketing business comes down to this. Here's the analogy. One of our corporate people, our CCO, Daniel Weniger, loves to fish. He just got back from Cabo San Lucas, where he was in a world-class fishing contest. He goes every year. Celebrities engage in this thing as well. I want you to imagine you're in a fishing boat. Could be a little fishing boat. Doesn't have to be a big one like Daniel went to in Cabo. And if you cast a line in the water, one line in the water, the question is, how many fish can you catch at one time? The answer is one. But if you cast that line in, and then you cast another line in and another line in, maybe you've got 5 or 6 lines going in, you can get 5 nibbles at once. You can catch 5 fish pretty close to the same time. So I'm going to recommend, to be successful in this industry, you're going to definitely want to talk to your warm market, but we want to teach you how to talk to your cold market as well. Build your business always and in all ways. There's lots of ways to do this: online, offline, cold market, warm market. Always be prospecting. Even once you become a platinum in this company, keep on prospecting, keep on enrolling people so your team sees that you haven't stopped. So that's their leads that call you. We've got training modules. If you click on training modules, we're going to show you our award-winning training. Last company my wife and I were distributors in, this was our training system. And the company literally wanted to buy our training system from us. It's right here. It's like 24 steps. You don't have to do it in one day. You go at your pace. But the great news is, as you enroll people, you don't have to sit there for an hour or two and train them. It's all right here. You just get them committed to how quickly they can go through it. It's going to take them a day, 2 days, a weekend, what have you. And then you follow up with them, see what they like best, tap into their list with them right away, their top 10 people, get a game plan going. Help them become a solid silver as quickly as possible. By the way, the definition of a solid silver is a distributor who's ordering at least 75 points of products every 31 days, and they personally enroll a distributor on the left side and personally enroll a distributor on the right side. Again, 2 people that join with option number 3 who are ordering 75 points a month. That's a silver. So even if your first 2 people, that one on the left and the one on the right, never enroll anybody, but they're ordering 75 points a month, you are a silver. And the Direct Sales Association says that in all the companies in our industry, the average person can enroll 2.5 people. So, I mean, go out and enroll your mom and your best friend from high school. One on the left, one on the right, you're a solid silver. And then don't stop there. If they want to build the business, help them become solid silvers. But your first goal is for you to become a solid silver and then help your people become solid silver. Be a silver factory. You want your organization to mature that eventually you're going to be congratulating people every single week. Hey, congratulations, online, offline, but definitely on social media. So-and-so just became a silver. You're now tapped into the matching check bonus. You're going to get a 25% check match on everybody you personally enroll. By the way, a gold is a 50% match and a platinum is a 100% check match. And it's as easy as that. There's no small print. There's no caps, no limits. It's extraordinary, extraordinary. It's the most generous compensation plan I've ever seen in this industry. Okay, so again, tools training, training modules, go through that. Even if you're a seasoned pro, you can go through it pretty quickly. And then follow and win stuff. If you click that, we want you to follow our social media. We want you to be on the email list. We want you to be on our Instagram, our TikTok, and so on and so forth, everything. And as you click on all these, it's free to join all these things. We've got our archive calls in here and SoundCloud and so on and so forth. And this is a question I get often on our videos, our YouTube channel or our Instagram posts or our Facebook posts. Can you share them? Absolutely. Anything we produce is there for you to either share, emulate, copy, or maybe to inspire you to make your own stuff. And what you're going to find is if I see your stuff on social media, especially on Facebook, and I think it's unique and I like it, like I personally really, really like it, you'll see me once in a while share your post on my wall. I've seen our CEO and founder Michael Weniger do that. I've seen our CCO Daniel Weniger do that too. And when we do that, we're giving you more exposure. So now your advertisement isn't just to your list on Facebook, but it's our list is going to see that too. Again, I'm not going to promise you we're going to do that every time. It's got to be something really unique and extraordinary that inspires us. But there you go. So again, all of our stuff you can copy, you can emulate, it can inspire you to create your own stuff. It's all right there. So at the bottom of training, follow and connect. So there you go. And then lastly, you can log out. Okay.